They say Lagos never sleeps, and honestly, neither did I. The city hums like a living thing, bright, restless, and full of mirrors. Mirrors in skyscraper glass, in car windows, in your own phone screen. But the one that found me wasn't like any other. It didn't just show who I was, it showed who I had been. It was a Saturday afternoon in Freedom Park. You know those days when Lagos feels like it's smiling loud music, street food, smoke in the air, artists selling paintings and carved masks. I was there hunting for decor for my new apartment in Lekki Phase 1. Something aesthetic, something vintage, something Amara. That's when I saw her, the old woman, sitting by herself, away from the crowd, with a single item in front of her, a tall wooden framed mirror. The glass had this faint gold tint, like it had soaked in years of sunlight. I asked her, "Mama, how much?" She looked up slowly, eyes clouded like she had seen centuries. She smiled and said softly, "WM, take it. But remember, look only in light, not in shadow." I laughed. "Mama, I just want to check if my wig looks good in it." She didn't laugh back. She just looked through me. I paid. She wrapped it in brown paper, and as I turned away, I swear I heard her whisper my name, but maybe it was just the wind. That night, I set up the mirror in my bedroom against the wall, opposite my bed. It looked perfect, like it belonged there. My life then was simple, filming lifestyle vlogs, attending content events, taking mirror selfies before every outing. So, of course, the mirror became part of my brand. But then, little things began to change. At first, it was subtle. My reflection would blink a second later than I did, or smile slightly wider than I intended. Once, as I turned off the light, I caught a faint shimmer from the glass, like it was breathing. I told myself it was just tiredness, stress, overthink, until one night, my best friend Tomiwa came over for a sleepover. We were watching a movie, laughing, eating soup. Then we heard it, a soft whisper, right from the direction of the mirror. Amara. We both froze. I turned the lights on, nothing, just our reflections staring back. Tomiwa swore she heard it too. She joked, "Girl, maybe your ancestors are watching your skincare routine." We laughed it off, but my hands wouldn't stop shaking. For weeks, I tried to ignore it, but it got worse. Sometimes, I'd wake at 3 a.m. to find the mirror fogged, like someone had breathed on it from inside. And when I wiped it clean, there would be finger marks. I decided to take the mirror down. As I did, something rattled behind the wooden frame. A photograph, faded sepia-toned, of a woman who looked exactly like me. Same nose, same smile, but the clothes were from another era, 1970s. Maybe. I showed it to my mom. She went pale. Her voice dropped. "Where did you find this?" When I told her, she sat down. Then she said a name I'd never heard before, Ibo. My mother told me that Ibo was her aunt, a woman gifted with seeing. She used mirrors to speak to spirits, to heal the lost. But one night in 1978, people accused her of witchcraft. They said she summoned the river goddess herself through a mirror. The next morning, her house was found empty. Only her mirror remained cracked, floating near the lagoon. I realized what I'd brought home wasn't just decor. It was her mirror. That night, Lekki flooded with rain. The power went out, and my generator refused to start. Only lightning lit the room. I stood before the mirror with a flashlight. My reflection looked pale, unfamiliar, and then, it smiled at me, slowly, on its own. My breath caught. The reflection whispered, "We remember through you." I saw visions flood the glass, Ebel in white lace, kneeling by a river, holding a mirror to the moon. Villagers shouting, her running, her blood mixing with water. And then me, filming, smiling, unaware of the same light tracing my face. I felt something move inside me, like memory wasn't mine alone. Then the reflection stepped closer, and I didn't move, because she wasn't coming out, she was coming in. The room went dark. I heard water. I felt her voice inside me say, "You were never just Amara. You are what remains." When I woke, it was morning. The power was back. The mirror was still there, dull, ordinary, lifeless. I checked my reflection. Just me. Tomiwa called, worried. I told her everything was fine. But when I ended the call, I looked up, and for a second my reflection winked first. I haven't told this story to make you afraid. I tell it because every city, no matter how modern, still keeps its spirits alive in markets, in rivers, and sometimes in mirrors. So if you ever buy one from an old woman who knows your name, remember her words. Look only in light, not in shadow. I'm Amara. And this was my story. If you enjoyed The Mirror in Lekki, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Legend by the Fire for more African folktales, real stories born from the soul of our cities. Every story I tell holds a whisper of truth. You just have to listen closely.